There, let's look at a great example of patriarchy and how it works.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. As you send it back to me, we want to bring you up to date on some breaking news we're getting into our newsroom. This is about the firefighter who you may have heard was killed while responding to those storms late Friday night, Major Leslie Leatherman. We now know more details about how he died. We're told from emergency officials that he actually died while he was shielding someone. Found out later the person he was shielding was his wife. They are not sure if he knew at the time that the person he was shielding and protecting that night was his wife, but she was later transported to the hospital and is okay. And as you know, he did die after.
Okay. Ah, sorry. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why they're saying that he may not have known that that was his wife. I don't know why he wouldn't. But nonetheless, uh, this man stood in between his wife and an F3 tornado and saved her life. That right there is the patriarchy at work, and it worked out in this woman's favor. So, if a woman has a man who cares about her that deeply, absolutely follow his lead. I mean, she's probably going to do it anyway. Show the man some respect. I mean, she probably will just do that anyway. So, yeah, I have absolutely no problem with that. Now, a lot of what gets discussed on social media is men demanding that women follow their lead and fix them a plate and this and that. But they also want to go and argue and complain about paying for dates and, going 50-50 and don't want to be on child support and don't want to be legally married and such. Those men do not deserve the same type of respect that a person like this would deserve. Um, so, yeah, I am pro patriarchy. It's just we need, as women, to know when to recognize it and be able to sort it out and, really absolutely kind of understand if a man actually cares about us or not. If a man wouldn't do this, then he ain't it. Move on. In my opinion, if you are dating a person or whatever, and you kind of like think about that, if we were in some natural disaster, would this man actually try and spare my life? If you cannot picture it, in my opinion, I think that the relationship probably really isn't even that worth it. Now, culturally, I don't think that this is the standard. Maybe at one time it was. I don't know that it still is. I don't think that it still is. But when I was searching for this story here, because I heard it last week and I went and searched it, there are several stories like this on YouTube going back years. So he is not unique. There are other men like this. I know in several stories that I've heard about in involving mass shootings, there were men diving in front of women to save women. And I'm talking about, women that they were on dates with. I don't even know if they were married or not. Even in some of these school shootings, I remember for a while there were shootings in school and one person would die and it would be a male student. I'm talking about high school. So that boy stood up and he, probably rushed the shooter. This is what I'm imagining. And, just, sacrificed himself. So the patriarchy is still out there. And there are some guys that are absolutely worthy of respect and worthy to have a woman that is going to follow his lead because he has proven that he cares for her that much. Now, again, all these people on the internet that are complaining about paying child support, uh, not wanting to be married because they don't believe in it, they want to go 50-50, they want to argue about paying for dates, they wouldn't do that for a woman or anyone else. I mean, there are women on, or there are men on the news who have literally used their own children as human shields. So, I mean, women, I feel like, really just need to understand the difference. Now, yes, I am talking about an extreme where a man lost his life, but think about it. Men die all the time committing crimes, performing stunts, usually for other men. So, they're not worried about, losing their lives when they're, popping wheelies on the freeway. So if they can do that, why not actually uh, be willing to give your life for your family? And again, there are guys like this out there. I'm a news junkie. I've heard the stories. In these school shootings and other natural disasters, in some of these hoods shootings, there are men out here diving in front of people to save people. So all these men that are talking about, you know, what women ain't and what women don't deserve, well, most of them are not Sir Lancelot either, but there are some. And so I just really feel like if there is a man who cares about you that deeply and your children that deeply, that you believe that he would sacrifice himself like that, like Christ did for the church. All these people want to talk about submission, but that submission scripture in Ephesians 5 that tells women to submit to their husbands, first it tells men that they need to sacrifice for their wives the way Christ sacrificed for the church. And we all know what that meant. If you don't, that means that Christ gave his life. So yeah, if a woman has a life, oh, man like that, absolutely, absolutely respect him. Go ahead and let him lead, but make sure you got one of those.